Okay. And we're back.
Ooh,
Are we back? We're in a new area, actually.
look at us, man.
Check it out. There's new office space
Way past our budget.
that we can afford for this one-time use.
One time. Absolutely one time. And just because we have Eunice here, that is why.
We have a special guest,
Special guest.
a friend of ours.
Yes.
But I'd also like to give a shout out to our other friend, Mr. Chris Santos, who so graciously
Yes.
is lending us the equipment that we're
Look
using
at
now.
that. Yeah.
We are no longer filming on an iPhone.
well past our budget. It's insane.
Thanks, Chris.
One-time use. We'll see
Yeah,
if this
man.
continues on.
Like, yeah, we'll see.
You guys saw more houses.
Oh, bro. Right for all help me, bro.
Anyway, well, Chris was so gracious to lend us his equipment. So shout out to Chris, man. He's a good friend of ours. We've known him for a couple
Yeah,
of years.
man. Too long.
Too long, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Like
Since
probably
high school.
half our lives, man.
Since high school.
Since high school?
Yeah, since high school.
Since high school.
guy-
He's been around. Been a long time since then. So
It's actually crazy, just like, how far back we can all go, just being from, the city. Everybody kind of just knows everybody.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
true,
mean?
exactly.
Like,
We're in
I
the
know you
same
in high
circle.
School, like,
yeah.
right?
Did you graduate the same year?
No, he's a year older than us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But St.
yeah.
Mary's.
St. Mary's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
St.
we were
Mary's
in
and
choir
us.
together. Well, you were in choir together. I was a year.
You were in the
later.
same TA as us, too.
I was in the ghost TA.
Oh.
Oh, no, you weren't in the Chooks.
Oh, yeah, we'll bleep that out.
No. All right, whatever, guys. It didn't have to be. It was back in high school, bro.
And as much as we love Chris, he's not going to be in front of the camera for this episode. We have a special guest that is a great, great friend of ours who so graciously has impacted our lives in
Yes.
such a big way.
Truly a
Would you
blessing.
like to introduce her?
Yes, this is my business partner and mentor, Eunice.
Yay!
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
What to
Eunice
do?
Aranda.
I like that.
Tell us about yourself.
E.
Oh my gosh. I thought you said it wasn't going to be like an interview. Like,
No.
No, we're just gonna keep it chill. I don't think it'll be like interview style necessarily. Like we'll ask questions, but like
Yeah.
it's more of a conversation, not necessarily like you have to put on your best self.
yeah.
I think that was something that Vitaly wanted to kind of humanize the realtor profession. So that's something that we're gonna do in this podcast.
I don't know. Thank you
Yeah.
for the opportunity.
Of course,
Yes,
man. I mean,
appreciate
like the reason why, I want to be very adamant on humanizing this profession is actually a lot of like I got to give you that kind of credit is because when the outside perception of realtors and real estate agents is salespeople. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like 90% of the time you got like guys that don't just smell like coffee breath, but commission breath too. You know? What I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it smells and it's very evident, and I think like my approach was very similar to that back then. And I didn't really like it. It wasn't good to my health and my outlook into my profession, right? So when I met you and I saw how you practiced your business, it wasn't sales. It was more or less like somebody that wanted to build relationships with their community and obviously look at things in more of like a helpful way, like, hey, this is the direction you need to go and I'm here for you every step of the way. And like, I would say that is why I am so closely knit to you and how I practice my business is actually modeled very much after you. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Well, as you know, I don't have any sales background. So I really don't know anything about sales until I started real estate.
Yeah. What were you doing before again?
I was a paralegal for an immigration law firm for about 6 years. And then I worked for the government. I worked for Canada Revenue Agency at the
Right.
call center.
Oh.
So it was like 40 calls a day kind of job during COVID too.
Oh.
Yeah. So we were, issuing all the emergency benefits and all that stuff.
Stressful. So you're very much into the high stress environments.
That's why I left and then I went into real estate. But then, there's still some stress, obviously, but not as stressful as it was before.
Yeah, well, so like, what made you decide to go like pivot to real estate rather than like, because it just seems like, 360 in terms of the CRA. I feel like most people will be like, I'm going to take up accounting.
Yeah, because you're like government. Well, actually, that's something interesting because government, it's like you have no real like it's not really benefiting you. You're like
Yeah.
a civil servant, a public servant, right?
Yeah.
So your job is to help other people. And I feel like with Eunice, that's something to your core. You want to help other people. So maybe real estate was something that like was always in your destiny.
Well, I think any career that you do anyway, you're always helping people, whether it's directly or indirectly, right? But as a paralegal, I was helping people come to the country, no matter where they're from, and then working for the government would be anyone in the public. Yeah, so it's always been helping out people, but real estate, I went into it because I really like seeing homes and looking at homes.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I want to live in this mansion.
A little nosy. That's fine. Okay.
So,
I like it.
so when I was in high school, I'd just go to realtor.ca after school and then just kind of like browse around. I'm like, I like this high ceiling, as if I could afford it at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I was like 16, 17 years of age. And then, just like looking at them. And then our realtor back then, he would pick up my parents, because my parents, we're newcomers, right? We're immigrants. He would pick us up in different cars. So I'm like, oh, he must be making good money.
Oh, like
Yeah,
you gotta.
that's-
Yeah, he's rolling
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he's
Oh,
making-
different cars, as in like each time he saw you, it'd be like another car.
It was
Be a
like a
nicer
different
car,
car, and
bro.
like
Oh, okay.
all his cars are pretty nice. So shout out to Tito Edmar. He's still practicing, and now I get to help him once in a while.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
full
Yeah.
circle, right?
Wow.
And then when I was at the law firm, I wanted to go to law school. So I said, well, how am I gonna afford law school? You know, tuition fees. And then I said, maybe I'll go to real estate and save up the money. Do I still want to go to law school? No. I love real estate.
Yeah, you got that taste of it.
Yeah.
Like I can make this much money.
It is very rewarding, right? I can't lie that our job is pretty good and rewarding in so many ways.
Yeah.
And you're on that path too.
Yeah. I mean,
You'll
like,
get there eventually, brother.
yeah, bro. Like, I mean, well, she's been helping me out every step of the way, man. I mean, like, I've personally been at it consistently now for 6 months. So since the beginning of the year. But prior to that, even when I was a little wishy-washy, she'd still help guide me where I would be willing to, and help me out with a lot of the deals that she didn't have to do for me, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it really is just a testament to the character that you have. I'm just totally dick riding, but anyway, I still stand by it. I mean, like, our lives would definitely be very different without you. So I mean, it's really sick to have you not as a colleague, but as a friend, a close one at that. And I mean, you're also pretty much part of our friend group,
Yeah, well, I integrated because of you, and my life also changed because of you guys. It's definitely different.
Just became more degenerate.
yeah.
That too.
Well, good or bad influence is the question.
But you got to give yourself credit. You've been doing really good. And I talk to people about how you do business. And a lot of our clients don't even see the work that you do behind the scenes, right? And I appreciate it. But yeah, no, you're doing amazing. And I just can't wait to see you up there.
Hey, man. I mean, like, we're in this together. Sabri's also part of the team, right?
Yeah. Her partner.
Yeah.
Also, all three of them, like these two,
Yeah.
and then her partner, Sabri, like her not like business partner, like
Your partner, like a partner, yeah, partner.
They're all realtors together, so that's fun. That's a fun dynamic.
Yeah, you know what? I can't really think of any like other team, or not really a team. Can't even say that, but like a partnership that is like that. Like how many? Like a lot of it is very much business first, and if you become friends, you become friends. But it's never like friends first, then business.
Well, actually, I've heard that that's actually one of the most difficult things to do.
It can
when
be.
you're a friend first, because like finances, differences, opinions get in the way, right?
Yeah.
So they actually tell you not to do it with your friends unless you're doing a podcast or something.
That'd be a podcast. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I agree with you 100%. The thing is, I don't think the dynamic would work with anybody else. But I think like with us, we're very much like easygoing people.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can usually read when she's not about something that I'm into, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like push you into what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And she can also read the room if it's vice versa, right? So it's not like we actually have a very much good mutual understanding where it's like we don't have to like, consistently do something and then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
stop doing that. You
Yeah.
know? It's very much we can read each other at this point, I feel.
Yeah, and it's still, I guess, trial and error at
Yeah.
this stage, right? So some things would work, some things won't. But we also know how to compartmentalize things, right? When we're partying, we're friends, right?
yeah.
But when we're doing work, we're actually doing work. And honestly, with Vil, I could be really honest with him with anything,
Yeah.
which is nice because then we kind of set our boundaries or rules in the first place.
Yeah.
Before just diving into it and then do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am curious. I do know like the general story of how you guys first like met, but how did it get to the point where I'm looking for you to be like I'm looking to Eunice to be a mentor in my eventual profession, and then with you, what did you think of Vitaly like reaching out to you and like wanting your help and advice and stuff?
Bro, we talk about this like all the time, and it's like not gonna lie, like it just because it's so interesting. It's almost like a faith thing. I don't know, like the universe.
Faith?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
fate.
fate.
Yeah.
Like sorry, silent T. Yeah, it's just like it kind of just happened. Like I don't know, man. Like that. Like I want to pinpoint certain things, but even then, it doesn't feel like it's like actually that. Because I mean, I could tell you right now. Are you allowed to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, 100%,
Okay.
yeah.
There's not like legalities of it. No.
No, like I think we're all about transparency at this point.
Yeah. I mean, like, because when I used to, my family has a company, right?
Yeah.
And that company actually had her ex, right? He used to work for us, right? It was a family business, and I actually got along well with that guy pretty well. You know what I mean? And I thought he was a great dude, right? I worked with him for probably give or take about 6 months to a year, right? So not a long time, but like enough to like get to know somebody enough to pretty surface level still. Anyway, very quiet dude. Never really thought much of it. Stopped working with him. But then I think I added him on social media or he added me. And then I think you were also kind of in those pictures and, in a relationship on Facebook status. Yeah.
And he was speaking highly of you too.
Oh.
At the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, so you already had a good impression of him.
I had a good
Yeah.
impression of Vitaly, yeah.
even before meeting him.
Even before meeting him. And I was telling my ex-husband that, you know what, that's funny because we are basically same age and we graduated same year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are the odds of you working for, someone same age too? Because all the other people at the shop, I think, are way older.
Yeah, dude. I worked in an industry where it was just like guys in their 60s that are just like so disgruntled and tired. So it was very much refreshing to see like an Asian guy that was, my age. I was like, oh.
So he was in a car shop before.
Yeah.
So
And so that pretty much was what it was. And then, I think a few years went by. I didn't see him very much, but I think I eventually added you or you added me on Facebook. And then I think you might have messaged me at one point. I think this is when you started getting into real estate. And I think it was
I messaged you?
Yeah, it was about like a car. Like, because I used to work in car
Oh.
sales, right? And then I think you were just like sending your regards or something like that. I think you were probably going through like a ton of like different connects and being like, hey, how's it going? I exist, right? This is probably really early in your
I was like that before.
yeah.
Yes.
Which I think was honestly a good move. Like I did not think that was like even sales related.
No, I was still at the firm at the time for sure.
Oh, then it was probably you see, but it, like just did it out of like like just vibes.
She's the way she is.
pure energy. Anyway, yeah, and she was like, oh, like I really wish I bought a car from you, and I was like, but I ended up with a Toyota RAV4, and I'm like, well, what Nissans aren't good? Okay, I see how it is.
Good memory. I gotta look back at our
Yeah.
chat history and find out what we talked about.
Yeah, it's pretty deep now at this point, but yeah, like that was, I think that was the one time, and then eventually, where did it go after that?
I saw him at a sport check
Yeah,
Oh.
randomly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And we've never met in person, right? So I
yeah.
just know Vitaly because of his face on social media. And then I saw him, I don't know what you were doing there
yeah,
at the
I
time.
was trying on pants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was like,
Why were your pants off?
no, my pants were on, bro. I was just trying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I see.
I mean, like, No pants in the middle of sport check. That's why I need to buy pants.
Oh yeah, true. Exactly. Okay, that
Right?
makes yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Sport checks out.
Yeah. So
Okay.
damn, bro. Can't wait for you to be a
Good
dad. You're gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think you just really friendly, obviously, because anybody else, I'd probably be like, you man.
I mean, you gave me that look. I'm like, who are you?
no,
I'm
Oh,
like,
you didn't recognize her.
No,
Did you?
it connected.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it
yeah.
connected. Because then also you're like, hey, I'm Eunice, I'm Arnold's wife, and I'm like, oh, what's up? How's Arnold doing and shit, right?
yeah.
And then yeah, I think a few years passed, and then eventually I think you know what? This is another reason why like I was really ideally like, her as a realtor was the first thing that came to my mind, was because when I was thinking about getting into real estate, the only person that I knew of was somebody that consistently popped up on my feed, and that was her.
Oh.
And that was like, I think kind of the backbone, and eventually like, a little bit of foreshadowing of how I would operate my business.
I see. I see.
You know?
So
Do you
you kind of
remember
looked to her
which
as
year?
inspiration.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
What year was that?
Had to be like 2021, 2020, or eventually, I don't know.
COVID?
Yeah, and
Just
then like
right- just right after
it had to
COVID.
be a few years of you just constantly posting. And I was like, okay, I'm getting these, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I know you exist. You're not selling me anything. You're just like kind of letting me know that subliminally that you're a realtor, which is honestly genius, right?
Yeah.
And like, algorithm worked in your favor. And then like, yeah, when I finally got my license, right, the only person I could think of like that, that actually had some form of a connection with was Eunice, right?
You got your license before you talked to Eunice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got my license in May of 2023, and then we scheduled just like a coffee like in July.
Around your birthday.
Around my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, you wanted to take over? I feel like I'm yapping too much.
Oh no! I like that you remember all that. But we just had coffee, and I remember this was in it was in Inglewood. It's like a local coffee
Yeah, it was
shop
your go-to.
there. And after that coffee meeting, it wasn't enough, and you eventually invited me to go for dinner to have
Yeah.
more conversations, and then after that you invited me to a party
Yes.
where I met you guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
The most. That was the New Year's or the Christmas. So I remember the snow. It's cold.
It was Pure, yeah.
Pure.
So
Yeah.
Pure, you saw Arl Graham that time, and that was really fun. It was like a new chapter, meeting all of you,
Yeah.
and introducing me to them, and
So I feel like you're missing a big portion of it. I mean, it's yeah, you can talk about it. But I mean, like, yeah, because I think what really caught my attention was during our initial talk, and it was so awkward at the time when we were at the coffee shop, was like, hey, how's Arnold doing? and then she's
Yeah.
like, oh, so like, yeah, we kind of are divorced. And I'm like, oh,
Oh, really?
oh.
Yeah. Wait, so it was a while before you met at Sport Check, and
Yeah, it
or
was like a good 4-year gap.
I think
or
Sport Check
something.
was like 2018,
Yeah.
29. Like this was way before COVID.
Yeah, way
yeah.
before. Hard to really pinpoint that.
So let me get this straight. So, you worked with her ex.
yeah,
Didn't talk, but you had each other in socials.
yeah,
Met at Sport Check.
yeah.
Said hi, whatever. Got acquainted. Lost
Yeah.
touch for however many years.
Sort
Yeah,
of.
kind of, yeah, because we don't really talk
Right.
Yeah.
about anything aside. Because our only connection at the time was my ex-husband,
Yeah.
right? Until I guess we divorced and we had something to talk about.
Yeah, because honestly, I was kind of curious.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it helped. Like the real estate, of course, was important, but I was also kind of nosy. I
And
was
he,
like,
and he left, right?
yeah, he was gone.
He was gone for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was kind of like, yo, what happened, bro? I'm like,
And then you guys bonded over, I
Well-
guess just the nosiness.
well, no, like I mean, I got to really get to know how she practiced, like
Yeah.
how she does her business, right?
Yeah.
And that like was really intriguing to me because up until that point, I primarily worked in car sales, right? And when I was in car sales, dude, it was very eat or be eaten. You know what I mean? A lot of cold calling, a lot of talking to people that don't want to talk to you, right? And it was very, honestly, at some points degrading because you like, especially when it's not really part of who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the guy that, forces himself on you to try to sell you on a Nissan that's probably going to, fail on you in like 6 years. But at the end of the day, I got to eat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I obviously left that business, right, and I moved over to real estate, I was like, oh man, like, I hope I don't have to go into the direction of what I was doing before. So when I met you, it was very much not like that. You know what I mean? Like how you carried yourself, how you presented your process, and it was just like, well, okay, you're very much doing well, right? So obviously this is a thing. It can work, right? So, I mean, that's when I started out, because like, hey, let's grab dinner, because I'm very curious as to, how this can continue to go, and then like we got to talk about like more personal things, where she's at in her life, where, I'm at with mine. And then, like one thing led to another, and then she's coming out to events, and then like everybody just jived with her, which was honestly not a surprise.
Yeah.
Like I like when we talked, I was like, oh dude, like, yeah, you go along with our friends, man. Yeah.
Eunice, what made you be so open to, talk to Vitaly? Because like, oh, this guy was friends with my ex, okay, and now he's asking for help. Yeah, his friends are cool, but I want to hang out with his friends even more. And I want to help Vitaly with his career as well. Like, what was going through with your mind?
My passion has always been teaching people, no matter what it is, and so I help out a lot of agents. Doesn't matter who they are, where they're at, if they're planning to do it, if they're doing it, or if they're licensed now and they don't know what to do. I just have chats with them. And then sometimes you just kind of talk to them, ask them questions, and then most answers come from their mind anyway. But also Vil has been super, super, like, you can tell he's good with conversations.
Yeah.
Like he can talk to you for like the whole night and still, have something to talk about. Yeah. And so it was very interesting. And also, I was going through divorce. So then I'm like, I want to meet more people.
Yeah.
And then meeting you guys was just also a breath of fresh air. But I don't know, Vil's just super easygoing, and so is everyone in the group. And then also I see his potential. Ooh. So, like I said, the potential that he has, and I'm not saying this just because you're here, but I actually tell people.
Say otherwise behind my back.
But he does a good job, and he actually cares for people, and I know you know that too.
Yeah.
On a different level.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool. Like I always knew that Vitaly is like a caring guy, and I always knew you were a caring guy too. And yeah, this guy does have a lot of potential, man. You just gotta hone it in.
Gotta lock in, bro.
Yeah, gotta lock in.
Gotta actually lock in.
Good things will come in. Like honestly, like good things are coming. Like I can tell too. So
good things are here now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Currently going.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a slow burn, and I feel like you said that so many times too, right? Like it can get very discouraging when you go day by day and like things aren't really going the way you want it to. But you can only fail if you quit.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Actually, Vitaly, thing he said before we started this podcast was that he wanted to humanize the realtor profession. So what he was saying, and I admittedly too, my impression of realtors is like, make a sale, I'm gonna make commission off this sale, and then that's it. Like I'm not gonna have a relationship with them. Like I just want your money. Once I got to know you, I was like, well, not every realtor is like this, actually, right?
Right.
So, and like, if anything, like Eunice is the complete opposite. And what you said earlier, that like, how even Eunice advertised herself before, she was not necessarily, this is a house that you need to buy. She was just posting some stuff that like is just informational, and then it kind of forces whoever intakes that information, like, I want to reach out rather than like, oh, I'm Eunice being like, I'm selling to whoever wants to be who wants to buy a house. So I guess where I was going with that, like, how do you feel as realtors, that stigma, or that, why do people have that impression of you, and like, what can you say on that?
Oh man, and I honestly, I see this in a lot of different industries. Not just not just like being a realtor, but it's just like, man, like you see just how sleazy some guys can get, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what really sets the impression for the rest of us, which aren't really like that. I mean, you'll see the guys that are showing off like, $1 million cars that they're driving, or like, they're like rolling around in very, very high end suits and whatnot. And it's just like, when you're flexing that kind of wealth amongst, people that are just even lucky to even have the conversation to buy a home, it's a huge turnoff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it also, and like, that also just kind of extends out to how they can carry themselves sometimes, And I mean, like, that's not what it's supposed to be, right? I think like how it stands is, we're supposed to be people that, can guide you, and like we're not trying to say that we're above you. We're not trying to like look at you as like a number. We're looking at you as somebody that can actually like help guide you and lead you in the right direction the best way we can. Sometimes it's there's going to be the hard conversations. You've always told me this too, where it's like you kind of have to put somebody like, hey, this is what you need to do, and it can get tough, but sometimes it's like you gotta hear it, and it's better to hear it from somebody that's just wants to approach this as more of a friend, rather than that guy that's like dressed up in that suit with the $100,000 Ferrari.
Selling Sunset probably did not help at all.
No, dude.
Every time I meet someone, they would always ask, "Do you watch Selling Sunset?" I'm like, "Yes," but it's not like that at all.
No, bro.
Calgary is dead. Well, we're in SoCal, Southern Calgary, bro.
Yeah, there you go, another dad joke, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be a great dad.
You got to add like a little tally to the top of these every time he says a dad joke.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know why people don't like my jokes, man.
Dude, your jokes are hilarious.
Thank you.
They're smart, yeah.
I'm sorry about that. That's, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
ooh, cut that out.
You want to answer a client?
Yeah,
or-
no, it's my mom, bro. Like,
Dang.
she always, you always see how much she comments on like all our stuff.
Oh,
bro.
she's so supportive. She's so cute.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's just like, I mean, she like messages Eunice out of like nowhere, and she's like, "Oh, look at you, Maganda. You're doing so well."
Yeah, I think one time I posted someone's birthday, and then your mom messaged me to tell them to say happy birthday to them. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, love you, Tita.
Hi, Tita Nila.
Yeah.
Be sure to comment on this one.
Oh, she would. Now that you told her to, she's gonna share it and everything, and she's gonna be like, "Pokey Boy told me to share
No,
it." You know, like,
what was it? We posted a clip on Instagram of like whenever we post something, there's always a comment of like, send me this post, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone got in on the joke, so like all of our friends were like, send me this post, send me this post. And then his mom is like, send me this post. Got in on the joke too. It's so funny.
And then, do you think she knows that it was a joke?
no, I don't think she knows it was a joke, bro. Like everything that she does, she's just like, I don't think she has any like spatial awareness in that regard. But that's okay. I still love her to death, man. Yeah, she's sick, but.
Anyway, going back to what's your take on like everyone having this opinion of you guys? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, going back to that, I mean, right now there's over 8,000 real estate agents in Calgary alone.
8,000.
Yeah,
So lots of competition.
there's a lot of competition, but I can't remember the exact stats, but I think only 1% to 2% of it really perform. So
80, what? Yeah, 1% is 80, right? Is that right?
Or maybe even I don't even know, like maybe 5% at most. But but there's some stats I can't really remember. But some realtors don't even do transactions in a year. Some would do once a month, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that some people are just licensed for in hopes of doing really well in the industry, and when that happens, there's not enough training and knowledge that, other people could pass on. But there's also a lot of really good agents out there. I mean, I learned from a lot of good agents too. But it's just that when people see the realtors who don't know what they're doing and just try to sell something,
Oh, I see.
then, it kind of like the bad apples become, I guess, the norm for the industry. So, but I know Vitaly and I, we have this approach of we help people first, and then money comes along later.
Yeah.
And even when money comes too, right, we still try to give back to our clients, give back to our community. And most of the time when you let your money flow that way, it just comes back, which is good. Did I answer your question?
Well, yeah, no, that was awesome. I guess I just wanted to ask, wanted to know like what you thought of like why people think realtors are so sleazy. Because like at the end of the day, you're like, oh, sales. Like, who thinks of like a good salesperson and thinks that's a good person, right? Like, I don't know, right? Like,
No, honestly, like whenever somebody tries to sell me something, I'm like, what do you want?
yeah, right.
Like get away
So,
from me, bro.
Yeah, it is hard because I've also been like, well, obviously I tried realty. Like, I don't think I'm going to pursue that anymore, right? Actually, Eunice helped me a lot with that too. With like in terms of like at least getting my feet wet and like at least knowing the beginning of how everything works. But when I was doing like UGC, user generated content as well, I felt like it was kind of inauthentic to be like, oh, I'm telling you this, but I'm also selling you this. You have to buy this, which is like that's kind of how business works.
Yeah.
Like there's no like that's how the world works.
You're
Like
always
you
selling something, man.
have to sell, right? It's just finding the way of like, you know, making it relate to what I'm selling you is a good product. I'm wanting to help you, but I need to provide for myself first. Like, how do you convey that to everybody?
How do you walk
right?
the line between like being sleazy and not being sleazy?
Yeah, and just to add on to that too, I think some realtors become sleazy because they don't really know how it works, right?
Yeah.
So they come up with something just to sell something, but in reality, good agents would actually know the real estate market, would know the process, lay out all the facts in front of the client, and then let them decide.
Right.
That's why the approach for both of us work that, you know, in that regard, because we don't force them. We just tell them, these are the facts, you decide. And we're just here to guide you.
Yeah. I remember you were telling me too, Vitaly, was like, a lot of the times you have to know when to keep your mouth shut and with like your opinions too. It's like, well, I have an opinion, but like, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that you have to really, like hold your tongue. Right.
Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, it's not us that, for example, when you list a home, we're not the ones that will dictate that price. We show you what the stats are, what the comparables are, what your home is worth, well, reflected to that data. But at the end of the day, if you want to like list your home well above that, hey, we're just here to help you out. You can't get mad at us if, you know, it goes any other way. We're just here to just, you know, give you whatever you need to get it going, right? That's our service.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean like that, and that's the big thing is like, you know, providing that value, right?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
What makes you hopeful that things will work out for you guys in terms of like this new partnership?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like I know you guys said you're easy to get along with, but like what are the signs of like maybe what's 1 year from now going to look like between you guys? What's 2 years going to look like between you guys?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Have we ever talked about that?
Just off the dome.
Briefly.
Yeah,
Briefly,
like
not in depth.
Future?
Future. Well, what I can say right now is that Vil has a lot of strengths that are my weaknesses.
Oh.
And vice versa.
Wow. So you complement each other.
So we complement each other. Yeah.
For sure.
That's
tell us,
that's
Yeah. Well, from what I can tell, like she said that you're a good like talker, right?
And she's a great talker. She doesn't
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm game to say you're a great talker too. Yeah, and then from what I can tell, you're like, oh, she has like the biggest heart.
Yeah.
Like, I see that too, right?
Yeah,
so like, I mean, like, I wouldn't say it's like your weaknesses, but like you guys can like complement each other, exactly,
Yeah.
right? So
a good example is this session, this podcast, this what we're doing right now. Vil is really comfortable, and so are you on in front of cameras, right? And that's my weakness. But being with you guys here is just, again, it's just a chill, relaxing conversation that it makes it easier for me to be who I am right now. And as a result,
I slipped vodka in your drinks. By the
did you?
That's the secret sauce.
That's why.
Blurt that out, man. Blurt that out. As Chris is drinking his in the back.
No, but as a result, then there's going to be more engagement from people. We get to get our message out. We get to meet new people, meet Chris, right? Mm-hmm. But that's just one good example of weaknesses and strengths that we complement.
Yeah. I mean, like she's honestly, the thing is Eunice has an extreme sense of attention to detail.
Oh,
like she does. No, honestly, she doesn't like to admit it, but like, anytime I do, like she's literally my Chat GPT, bro. Like I don't even like ask Chat GPT. I'm just like, yo, Eunice,
ask her,
yeah. I'm just.
Am I your therapist too?
Bro, like, because I have this right now as early as it is in my, where I'm at in my career is that like I have a huge sense of imposter syndrome. Like I feel that I know what the answer is. I feel like I know what I'm doing, but then like I second guess myself a lot. And that's where I think she comes in, is that she knows everything so well, man.
Yeah.
And she like does it
Because she's been through it.
yeah, she's been through it, and she carries herself in a manner that's very confident. You know what I mean? So that's where it definitely comes in handy, is that she's able to carry that even in front of a lot of clients, is this confidence. I can't tell you how many times that I choke, you know, like especially when we got that one listing in Springbank, right? We were talking to the client, right?
Yeah.
And it started to go into more about the statistics, and like he's, you know, big dog. He's the big cheese. You know, like the guy. This guy, he's
Like the guy's house.
the guy that the seller.
Yeah,
he's
the seller.
He's well, we won't go into details of it, but like he's pretty up there in terms of what he does, right? So obviously, you know, it's like 8:30 in the morning. I've had like 4 coffees. I am so overwhelmed, and I just start yapping, and then I just like, and she's just like, chill. Chill. And then because I started like not making any sense. So then she comes in, and then she starts speaking facts that he can actually understand. And I think
see.
like that is where, you know, I very much lack, is that confidence in being able to carry myself in the way that she can. So
Yeah, I see Eunice being like very grounded.
Yeah.
Very like okay, like we have to like slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
We can't be all over the place. Again, that just comes with experience, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still go all over the place, but it takes a lot of practice, right? I think if you were to meet me in my early stages of being a realtor, I'd be the same too. You know, it's just that you have to have that motivation of learning and knowing what you have to improve the next appointments. And he's been doing that. Now, I would say that you don't really text me as much now, which, you know, I don't mind.
You're figuring things out by yourself
Like
now.
he figures it out. And the thing about Vil is that he would ask questions, but he would learn from it. And so he wouldn't really make the same mistakes again,
Oh, nice, yeah.
which is a good skill, right?
Yeah.
If he was the kind of person to be, I don't know, there's a term for it where they do things again and again and again, and it's still a mistake. Einstein? said,
Yeah.
they said something about that, right?
I don't know, like something like, I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll find that quote, but yeah, he's not like that, and I think that's why I like working with him.
Oh yeah, I can see. Well, as a former teacher too. Actually, Chris can probably entail this because he was a former teacher. It's kind of frustrating when you see like a student, like you said, make the same mistake over and over again. It's like, hey, you're not learning like after like 10 times, like. But I've also been in the position too where like maybe I haven't learned after 9 times, right? Like, but I'm still trying to get back up. So it's hard to see as a teacher, but then also when you're in it, the actual student, it's hard to like fix your mistakes too. Sometimes I go back to my my what's called habits. But it's good to know that you're like a good learner, like you don't do the same mistakes over and over again.
Bro, you would have hated me in high school, bro. Like if you were my teacher and I was in high school,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, oh, Chris would have hated me too. I mean, you guys were there.
I hated you in high school.
Yeah, he did, bro. I don't know why we're even here. I was confused, but like, I mean, that's the thing. It comes with like, I guess age. Too,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, now I'm kind of curious as to like what it must have been like for you as like a teacher, man. Just like seeing that happen all the time, and just like, bruh.
Oh, like with things like people not understanding things.
Yeah, like kids, man. Like I don't know how you can imagine. I honestly, being a realtor is one thing. I could do that all day.
Yeah.
But like kids, bro.
Well, I'm not a teacher anymore, so.
Wait, did you actually teach kids?
Yeah, I taught kids. Yeah.
I think you told me that. What did you?
I was temporary. I have my temporary, or what's it called? Not full teaching license, like my initial license, and I was subbing around with that. But before, I did my practicum for like 2 years for grades 2 and grade 3. And they were like 6-8 week practicums. So I was with them for a little bit, but yeah, it is frustrating when you see a kid. But like you give them a little bit more slack because they're kids,
Because they're
right?
kids, yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna go through mistakes. But like as an adult,
Yeah.
when you like,
and you're a grown ass man.
yeah, it's like, dude, you're like 25, 30.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like 60 years old. Like you're telling the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I remember the word now, insanity.
Sanity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Making
like
same mistakes again and again.
yeah, and expecting a different result when
Yeah.
you do the
Yeah.
same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, bro.
Actually, and that's funny you say that because me and Vitaly actually we've been having a few meetings of like, dude, we gotta change things up.
Yeah.
But then actually we're just doing the same things.
Are we though? I don't know. Like, I feel like, you know what? I mean, we talked about this off camera, is that like, I think, we'll see how this goes, right? But the approach, right? I think the way that we're doing it by switching up the content, it's a short form. It's definitely going to be a way to help engage. And
Yeah.
you're doing it right now with your thing too, right?
Yeah, trying.
Yeah. And dude, some of these are like kicking off.
Yeah. Well, like not as much as you, bro. This guy got 1 million views.
Yeah.
By being
Which one is that? I wanna see.
that's the one where it's like
Clients, your whole job.
bro, I had to put like a whole disclosure because I was like, dude, I don't want any prospects to think that like, oh, this guy doesn't want to talk to me. But like what the hook was when you don't want to talk to people, but your whole job is talking to people. And it's just like me like looking tired and just like looking into the camera like yeah, that got like 1.5 million views. And when it got to like 200K, I was like, okay, wait a second.
This is getting too big.
I gotta put a disclosure out there that
What do I do with this power?
Yeah. Like, hey, it's definitely not like that, but
Actually, well, you said that when you started your whole process of becoming a realtor, you saw Eunice's marketing. So actually, maybe we should learn something from Eunice and how she like marketed herself too, right? But she does it in a different way, where she's like not can sell. Like,
yeah, we're degen, bro.
yeah, we're like, yeah, she's like very professional.
But I think like but you know what, and this is where again we complement each other because now we're kind of she's got one side of things, right? Like she's able to accommodate a certain demographic, and then I have mine, right?
Yeah.
And then we can work together on these deals. And you know what? We're meeting a much broader scope of people.
Actually, you probably like has this happened where you like hand off to one another because like I can't deal with like I wouldn't put it that harshly, but maybe you're like this one is a challenging client. Maybe Eunice will handle this better, or maybe Vitaly can handle this a little bit better. Has that ever happened?
Clients wise, I think we've been pretty good.
Yeah. There's been
Also,
some interesting ones.
There's some
in the past.
interesting ones. I hope you don't think that it's you.
No, never.
I wouldn't talk about every client's interesting.
Every client's interesting, but the workload, we actually try to divide it as much as we can. And in terms of marketing, where we're at right now, the main difference that we have is that I just post photos back then.
Yeah.
And, the just solds, just listed, as much as, some people get annoyed that it's just repetitive, it still works.
Effective.
It's still effective. And, I tried a podcast back then too. I tried some videos. I tried some, what do you call that? Like the auto-generated social media posts, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's trial and error, like I said. And right now what works is just the post. And then, as you know, I only have one Instagram now. I used to have two separate personal and business.
Yeah.
But now it was really hard to maintain both. So I'm just doing the business account right now, which also shows, again, humanizing real estate profession by posting, our houseboating trip, our travels, our rave, rave concerts, festivals, and all that stuff. So it's effective when you know that your audience can connect to you on a different level. Mm-hmm. That post that went viral for you about talking clients, right? It's still a reality for a lot of realtors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably showing up on their feed too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Did you find that like, cause you know how, well, this is my way of thinking. You have a professional personality and like a personal personality. I found it very interesting when you were like, yeah, I'm just doing it when I'm just going to show my personality on my professional account. Because, like, what's the code? There's a term. I think it's called code switching.
Yeah.
Like you put on a face for someone and then you put on a different face for someone else.
It's kind of
I thought that was like, that seems like normal, right? Like, I feel like even in the normal workplace, like you have your work face on and then at home you're yourself.
It's kind of like that Key and Peele skit where like, he's like Obama, and he's like dapping up like the black dudes.
Yeah. So like that's very interesting how you took that approach, and I feel like you're actually more relaxed now in that like you don't have to necessarily be like like on all the time necessarily because you're just being yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what people like, right? And again, with 8,000 realtors out there, you won't really get to work with all of them. You'll find those ones and they'll find you, and you'll probably have the same wavelength, same mindset, which makes it, I wouldn't say easier, but it makes your work a whole lot more meaningful. Because they would accept me for who I am,
Right.
and same goes back for them. So if I try to be someone who I'm not, just because I want to have that corporate mask, to be in, and I just don't think that it worked well for me back then. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna be transparent, show them what I do, show them what I don't do, and then if they want to work with me, great. If not, then I'm sure they'll find another great realtor out there too.
And that's the approach that you took as well.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like I'm literally modeling it after her.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
yeah, it's like, I mean, because I see it's effective, man. When did it like? Okay, I have to ask, but like, when did you feel that like it was really like working, this approach? Like, I mean, I imagine like you're like, okay, I need to do it a certain way, the way that you're doing it. When did it like really start to like kind of click that, oh, this is actually kind of like working? Like,
I would say maybe after 2 to 3 years, I would do an annual review of where my clients came from. And most of them would be messages from social media. So either Instagram or Facebook, and then referrals eventually. I actually have a lead right now, and I think that they'll sell their home eventually. But basically what happened, one of my clients, my previous clients, they shared a post about their home being sold. They were very happy about it. And then a friend of a friend found my post because it was public. And then that friend of a friend reached out to me. They don't even know the actual seller. And now they're a client too. So sometimes it's just that, again, that warm, approachable way of posting things, because I make it more personal. I actually tell my experience and how I feel about them. Even for my clients whom I've met in the Philippines, maybe 4 years ago,
Yeah.
I gave them my business card. And then 4 years later, they're calling me and they're like, yeah, we kept your card and blah, blah, blah. And, just
Wow.
like, I don't know. It works out. It just works out that way.
Yeah. Yeah, they feel connected to you. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a connection, and that's what makes my our jobs a whole lot more meaningful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow, that's awesome, man.
I mean, honestly, like I think that's probably the most rewarding part is when, it's actually done, the possession happens and you just like, you feel like, hey, like it's actually so awesome to see where it started and then, where it is now.
Like you were part of the process.
Yeah, you're part of the process, like through, it is such an emotional roller coaster, this job, man. And every transaction is never the same, right? And I mean, like the ones that I have done, it's just like, to see where like it can get pretty low sometimes, like it can get overstimulating, overwhelming. There's just so much coming at you with this kind of a big purchase, right? And when you see how the results are, it's just, oh man, it's heartwarming, bro. Like, yeah.
I want to ask you though, what made you go into real estate? Did we ever have that conversation before? I think briefly too,
Yeah.
but I want to hear it again.
Well, I mean, like, dude, honestly, like, it's going to sound so, I don't know, silly, but like, when I was growing up, I really looked up to my dad, and I remember back in the day, this guy was always just, selling houses. He was a realtor, he was selling houses. He was always on the phone. He looked like a big shot. You know what I mean? He looked like he was a businessman,
Yeah.
And growing up, I was like, I always wondered what I wanted to do. Like I see guys that are like, trying to apply for university, they're like, oh, I'm going to be so-and-so. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I was like, I could never click with that. You know what I mean? And when one thing led to another, I was like, okay, like I talked to my dad one day. I was like, how did you get to where you are? And he was like, the real estate. And I was like, okay. So that is how, that's how I wanted to end up, really. It was like, like I wanted to do something just like he did. And, initially I was pretty overwhelmed with the job, and like I wasn't too sure if this is the way I wanted to go. I felt very discouraged sometimes too growing up. Like I was like, I wanted to do it much earlier, like in my early 20s. But then I was like, oh, well, like would anybody honestly take a 20-something-year-old, seriously as a realtor, right? Because
Yeah.
you got to have experience, you got to have lived a certain life and like understand people. You gotta understand how it works with homes and everything. And it's like, dude, I sell cars. Right. But I think that was why I did it, man. Like, I mean, genuinely, it's just like, it's just a one stepping stone to another. And a little nervous, again, like going into it, because I was like, oh, dude, is this going to be another slimy thing like car sales? No, not to smack anybody that is in car sales, by the way. It is a profession that, again, approach is very much how, you can present yourself, right? Like, I mean, I think I might have personally just been in the wrong crowds, but I guess it really depends as to which dealership group that you go with, right? So, I mean, there's some great ones out there. Yeah.
Dang, so you just wanted to be just like your dad.
Yeah, I'm going to getting a little emotional here. But, yeah.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I think, how are you on for time for Chris? How are you for time for Chris?
However much time you guys need.
Damn, well, like, how long have we been at
You
it?
guys decide the schedule.
Damn. Well, I think we started at like 7:30, right? So we had like 10 more minutes.
Yeah. So wait, dude. So how's the career guidance
Talking about
prospects going?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because here's one thing. Like, I mean, you got into the new job, which is awesome,
Yeah.
right? But then you always wanted to also do this, so it's like another form of teaching. Hey.
kind of like so the thing that I want to do is career guidance.
Yeah.
Like a career advisor in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like there are different names for it, but I think it kind of goes along with what you guys were saying. I do want to help people. I think it's innate in me to like be a teacher.
Yeah.
Like I don't see I'm not necessarily motivated by money necessarily. Like, yeah, like who doesn't love money?
Yeah,
right?
I love money, bro.
Yeah, I love money, right?
I mean,
but like,
Don't we all?
like, man, I went to school for teaching, bro. I went to school for like arts, like
Yeah.
sociology. Like, where's the money in that?
Yeah.
When in teaching, it's like, oh, they're always talking about how like government is like you make no money, right? So, but then I don't know. I just kept on wanting to go back to like helping others, and I feel like I have like a certain value to give, and I'm not exactly sure how to go about. I wasn't sure how to go about it, but then once I got into this like UGC thing, and I realized, oh, this is actually very useful information. I can help people find jobs.
That was earlier in the year.
That was earlier this year, yeah.
That was that thing that you really were trying to get into. Yeah.
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 And then everything just kind of clicked for me.
Yeah.
And it also helps that like my girlfriend, she's American. A way for me to get to the US would be to take this pathway. And I realize it's not going to take, it's not going to be instant or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to build experience as well, but it's also helps when you have like motivation, you have like a goal,
Yeah.
Someone to, be there to like something to strive for. So in this case, someone to strive for.
Yeah. Like
So
the social media is kind of just a way for people reach out to you, like they know you and they're like, hey,
and
I'm
honestly,
gonna help my career.
And honestly, too, with the social media, funny you say that. I always wanted to like a career in social media, but I just hate saying that out loud.
Oh,
Why?
dude. What?
Because it's like, oh, like you want to be like a social media? I'm like, yeah, I want to like be in front of a camera. I was just telling Eunice
Yeah.
earlier. I was like, I love being in front of the
loves being in
camera.
front of the camera.
The only thing that I hate, which fortunately that we have Chris now,
It's the production.
is the honestly, I just want to show up. I want to yap. I want to like give advice. I want to like
that,
be in
bro.
front of the camera. I was an actor. I was a singer, dancer before. In a way, like it's kind of hard to say out loud. Like,
Yeah.
I love being
You like being an entertainer,
performative.
yeah.
I guess,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like I'm a performer.
100%.
So it's kind of funny how I asked you earlier. Like, did you think you had to like switch from like your professional to your personal? But for me, like as an actor, as a performer, that's what you do, right? Like it's innate in like a performer's nature. So that's something that I love to do. So
Yeah, man. And I mean, like you have like that background already with TikTok. How long have you been doing the TikToks for?
dude, I was on TikTok. I'll say this: I was on TikTok before everyone was.
Oh, bro.
I was there like
you were gonna
OG.
pop off. I remember your old posts, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they were so funny.
Dude, like 2018, 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Like the gym ones.
The gym ones. Oh my gosh,
Gym ones are
yeah.
hilarious, bro.
Were you on Vine too?
I was not on Vine, no, but I was definitely on TikTok, and then I was like, this is gonna pop off. But then everyone was like, "You're on TikTok," and then COVID happened. Everyone's got on TikTok. So
Damn.
And then now no one's. I guess like reels are like a thing now. Maybe it's because of the age group.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
that like if you just did a few more dancing TikToks, you'd be like, I don't know, Addison Rae or some shit right now.
I'm definitely not as hot. Or, yeah.
That's very debatable, man.
Yeah, damn,
Yeah.
oh, making me blush.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess like with my career, I'm still figuring it out as well. So as much as like that's something to like, as much as I'm saying this, like I'm just figuring it out too.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Which is
we all are.
beautiful. I mean, the beauty
Yeah.
in life is figuring it out. So
And unfortunately, it's just like with like the way the world is going, it's like social media is just inevitable that we have to post on it to stay relevant. Because I mean, like at the end of the day, it's like it's now become like this world has become like a like an attention industry. You know what I mean? Like it's an attention market, I guess you'd say, right?
yeah, like everything is like social media.
Yeah.
Like companies will be like, oh, we have a social media person.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, you have like an oil and gas company hiring.
Why do you need a social media person?
Yeah,
bro?
so-
They have their own departments now too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
Whereas
like- but-
before,
Yeah, even like not in the general way of like you know TikTok or Instagram, but like oh like we need like LinkedIn posts and stuff too, which is like very, I wouldn't say strange, but it's like oh we're in a different time, you know, like
Yeah.
a lot of everybody's lives is like what you post online. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's and yeah, I mean like, and I think that is honestly like even back then, like I noticed that just observing your practice and the way that you kept posting, right? I was like, okay, this is working for her, and I think that's the only way that it's honestly you can continue forward to actually succeed in this world is by consistently posting on social media. Because if you don't, unless you have like, I guess especially in our industry, if you don't have an established network in this field without social media, you're just gonna, you know, fall off the blip and people won't really know who you are and how are they going to feed you, right?
yeah, it's just the day and age. Because back then they didn't have social media, so they had to use bus benches and newspaper and yellow pages. Right now, this is our necessity. This is basically the necessity for marketing.
Right.
And this is one of the best ways in our day and age to build credibility.
Do you, so, I mean, you still talk to a lot of like other realtors, like, you know, that, you know, have bus bench signs and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like I would never, you know, honestly I thought about this. If I were to become a realtor, I'd be so scared to like put my face like just like
bro.
dude,
That's
the
gotta get-
amount of vandalism that
Oh,
happens.
dude. Yeah. You see
Oh, I
so
see them
many.
all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But like, I mean, like, does it still work?
Bus benches would only work if you're really active in the community. So you're, you know, a good friend of mine, Marisol, right?
Yeah.
She does a lot of events in Evanston every single year, maybe like 5-6 different events. And then most of the bus benches there are hers. So when people see her name and they pass by and they drive, they would know her because she's hosting these events. And so she's always, you know, she's on top of mind
Yeah.
for people in that area. But it works that way. But if you're just gonna buy a bus bench or, you know, marketing bus bench somewhere and no one knows you, you'd be like, who's that?
Yeah. Like, how do they? Yeah, exactly.
How are they, you know, who are they?
So she started off like with just a like involving herself in the communities, showing up to events, and then eventually she's like, okay, I'm getting clients from being at these events, right? So I am going to start posting myself on these bus benches and stuff. So then
That's right. Yeah. And that's the thing with real estate agents is that you don't really have to stick with one kind of marketing. For her, that works. And she's a top producing agent, right?
Yeah.
She's also active on social media, but I don't think she would post, you know, videos or reels like this or like you would.
Yeah.
But it's very effective for her just being in that one community.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can name drop a couple of Calgary realtors because like they're just
I think
everywhere.
I know who you're talking about.
So when I'm thinking of like advertisements I see on TV, Len T. Wong,
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Len. We love
I see
Len.
his name everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
I see on advertisements billboards,
Yeah.
Justin Haver.
Yeah. Big dog.
Who else do I see? TikTok,
Hat guy?
Tyler.
Tyler Hassman.
Yeah, hat guy.
So we're far along into this episode that I don't give a damn about name dropping them. Like they can get my free promotion, I guess.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah,
So-
he's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Tyler Hassman with the TikToks. He's smart. Honestly, just like having the hat And and I don't think he even sells houses anymore. I think he just like literally just markets
social media.
He like people,
I think he gets paid
Yeah.
by other sellers to market their home too, which is effective. And then the long form videos, they make money off of that
But
too.
you still need to be a realtor to.
You have to be
market.
licensed, yeah.
You can't just like sell it and like contact the actual realtor. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly how his leads generate, but I know that he has a team. So
Tyler.
I think so. Yeah, because for him, for you to do that kind of marketing, for sure you're going to capture leads, and how are you going to work on the clients, right? So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he probably works.
I guess. Yeah, I just honestly like I've never seen him actually like because anything that like he's posted, I've noticed is like more or less from like a different agent. Like I know like Alex, right? Alex,
Yeah.
to be honest, shout out to Alex. Cool, yeah.
Yeah, and we're just name dropping everybody.
Everybody. Like I mean like he's used Tyler before to like market some of his bigger listings.
Right.
Right. And I mean like honestly that's kind of like my dream too, honestly, is I'd love to
Oh.
like do something like that where it's like, yeah, Tyler, I'm shouting you out, but I'm also gonna be your competition. Just joking. Just joking. I mean, no, I'm just joking. No, we're all friendly here, but I mean, like, no, like, I mean, like, I love how his process is, man. Like, it's entertaining for one. You get to see all these cool houses, right? And I mean, like, the hat is so distinct. It's genius. I gotta give him like, these guys gotta get his flowers for that, And I mean, like, it definitely is something I'd like to model, and it would definitely be beneficial in our business too. That like we have that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, every business they should have their own trademark, right?
Yeah.
And for him, that's his trademark, his hat.
Yes.
We have the cockroach.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna pull that out sometimes. Maybe like I'm in commercial real estate.
Who
and
owns
I'm
that?
like,
Who's cockroach?
That's yours. Or
No, that was
Narcissus.
Narcissus. Yeah,
Oh.
that was Narcissus. Yeah. I borrowed it one time because I was like trying to figure out my footing in social media. I was like, maybe I'll do skits, like long form skits, and like it was funny and unique, but it was just weird. I'm not gonna lie, like it was. I mean, like I look back at it and I'm like, bro, it was kind of desperate.
There were some videos that we haven't posted that were like pretty. We tried doing a Justin Bieber
I
one.
tried doing a Justin Bieber one.
Where like
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember his performance at the Grammys, where he was like shirtless in his
Yeah.
underwear.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Vitaly tried replicating that video.
I've
Yeah.
seen the raw video.
Yeah, the raw cut.
the
Yeah.
raw
I had like the tattoos. It was drawn by Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like I started singing. What was it, Yukon?
Yeah, we just never posted it because I think it was in the moment. It seemed like a
It
good
was,
idea.
yeah, but I was like, thank God I never did that, bro. Yeah,
We gotta start somewhere.
yeah. Eventually, it kind of just started to click. But like, I mean, it gets just like growing up, right? You're gonna have that awkward phase as like a teenager. That was like my teenager phase right there. It was just like, oh, gross.
Anyway, that was a fun episode.
Yeah, we're glad that you came on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. It was nice
Yeah.
chopping it up. Now, did you feel like you were humanized?
I think so. Yeah. No, you have great prompts for questions, and the fact that we didn't really have a script going into this makes
Yeah.
it more fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like telling Vitaly that like what I like about podcast form is just like, yeah, you have like certain topics that you want to bring up, but like you can just kind of like flow into a conversation, like go on tangents. It's still like perfectly fine. And I like you said, like we were just talking about, it humanizes everything because
Yeah.
naturally humans just go off on tangents all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Have you ever sat in like a 2-hour lecture in class? Like, no, I can't pay attention to that. So, yeah.
Yeah. The professor has to be what do you call this? Relatable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So anyway,
Yeah.
well, that was fun. Thank you.
Shout out to Chris.
Thanks,
Special shout out
Chris.
to the goat right there.
And for letting us use his equipment.
Yes.
Thank you for Eunice being the guest and letting us use this beautiful facility.
Yes. Thanks to our office.
Yeah.
For our page benchmark for
Yeah, man.
letting us use this office.
Anything
Thank
you want to plug?
I can't think of anything right now.
No.
What do you normally plug?
Like, I mean, like my butt? No.
Yeah, wait. Hey man. Whoa.
No. Any socials?
Oh, socials. I am on Instagram at Eunice Aranda.realestate, and then on Facebook at me, Eunice Aranda.
Nice. And then Chris, I guess you can't really hear him, but we'll put his socials as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
All right.
thank you. And I guess we'll end it there.
That's another one.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.